I'm a sophomore here at the University of Arizona with a major in literacy, learning, and leadership and a minor in history. So I came into the university with a lot of interests. History was one of them. I was really interested in sports, and I knew that I wanted to be able to coach high school basketball in conjunction with my career because I'd played high school basketball and I'd loved it, and I'd always felt like I would be a good coach. So I went and I took a lot of gen eds that I found really interesting. I took a history class and I went and I talked to the professor because I liked the class, and I said, what can I do with a history degree? And then I went to the early childhood education advisor and I said, what do I need to do to potentially teach high school? And she referred me to literacy, learning, and leadership and the Teach Arizona program. And then I took SERP 197P in my second semester of my freshman year, and I loved it. This class is great because you get to know yourself in ways that you haven't necessarily known yourself for a while. And then once you can do that, then you can get into potentially picking a major, or at least understanding the criteria of a major that you would be interested in pursuing. So design thinking is an amazing tool, and it's probably one of, if not the most important tool to this entire course, getting the most out of it, because when you're in class, you're going to be in class and you're going to get asked by the professor something like, find 20 ways to get across a body of water. And you're going to come up with the conventional ways, maybe, a few of them, taking a boat, flying a plane, swimming, whatever. But then you're just going to have to suspend disbelief, let your mind go to all these impractical places, and that's what's going to make up most of what you write down. And what this does is it gets your mind in a place where you're willing to just think completely outside the box and just let your mind go. And that's really helpful when it comes to designing your major. But a big part of that is journaling. So when you get asked a question, it's really helpful to have that design thinking mindset of, I'm just going to write what comes to my head. And I don't care if it makes sense. It's just what comes to my head, and that really helps you get to know yourself. So this design thinking process, a lot of this course with design thinking, it goes throughout. A lot of it is in this first stage of empathizing, figuring out where you are, what type of a person you are, what your interests are, really writing about that stuff. Then, once you've done that, you can move on to the define period. And that's saying, okay, I've learned all this stuff about myself, so putting that there, here are my interests, so here's some things that I would want potentially out of a major and out of a career. Then you go to the ideate phase, and that's, if I had a major that incorporated this, however many of the things that you put in your define category, if you had a major that had all of those things, what would your ideal major be? Now, chances are the university doesn't have that, but it's going to give you a really good idea of the type of major that you're looking for. And then you prototype. So this is in the point of designing your major. It's really about looking at potential majors and looking at potential careers. And then testing is the last stage of this process, which in the end is basically you do a day in the life of a major and you interview people, and that's really helpful because you can look at a major that you've really narrowed in as being of interest and get to know it a lot better. So design thinking is great. It's really important for this. You will get the most out of it if you just let your mind go with design thinking. And I wish you guys luck. Thank you so much for listening, and have a great day.